contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is the final round of the Rise of a Contender tournament. The winner of this match will be the #1 contender for the RYSE Grand Championship and will receive their title shot at this year's anniversary show. Introducing first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in tonight at 195 pounds. They call him a lot of names. The greatest of all RYSE. A new Pittsburgh legend. Iceman Tony Johnson. But for tonight, you can refer to him as TJ Cool.
Tony Johnson with the assist and the ring announcer. Red needs all the help he can get.
You beat me to it.
And introducing his opponent, from the concrete jungle of New York City, towering in at 6 feet 9 inches tall, and weighing in tonight at 258 pounds.
Oh, come on.
Now PB Smooth
He
with the assist.
is the #1 contender for the RYSE Grand Championship. He is larger than life, Mr. Fresh to Death, Pretty Boy Smooth.
That is a lie.
Well, everybody willing to give Red a hand tonight.
He's a good kid.
Not yet.
That's what this match is for.
Not yet, buddy.
You ready, Tony?
Not yet.
Yes. Whoa. TJ Cool.
Are you ready, TJ?
Bring it back.
Opening bell here, our feature presentation, November 9th of 2019. It is the finals of the Rise of a Contender tournament. My name is Jim Amata, being joined by Pittsburgh legend Paul Atlas, as IndyWrestling.us and the Indie Wrestling Network bring you this feature presentation to determine the challenger for the RYSE Grand Championship, December 14th.
And our grand champion has picked the ringside seat for this one, along with his running buddy, Edric Everhart.
I didn't buy all that to be moist. I bought all that to be cool.
I thought it was TJ Trash.
TJ Trash. TJ Trash. TJ Trash.
Obviously, Johnson has proven himself throughout this tournament, but I believe being thrown off of his game seconds after the bell rings will not suit him well.
No, not at all. Well, let's face it, other than the 30-minute Ironman loss to Matt Connard, this is going to be, without a doubt, Tony Johnson's toughest test to date. PB Smooth, it's all fun and games, but he's not here to play.
Interesting to note, Paul, the last loss that Johnson suffered, as you said, was against Matt Connard in June of 2018. The only loss that PB Smooth has on his record here at RYSE is in May of this year against Matt Connard with a nefarious assist from System Elite. So regardless of the winner of this contest, someone will have a chance to avenge that previous loss and avenge it, in the biggest way possible for the Grand Championship.
Oh, and not to take anything away from either man, because they're great athletes and great competitors, but yeah, I mean, our champion is the only man to put both these guys down recently.
Did Johnson just slap PB Smooth?
That was a big mistake, kid.
And we are going to see the power and the dominance from PB Smooth. What a vertical leap from Johnson, but he got caught that time. And being ragdolled.
He just got dumped unceremoniously down to that canvas.
PB Smooth elevates Johnson, and it's quite literally, I mean, that's a long way down.
Johnson trying to get it to the ropes.
He got hung up. That was nasty. Look out.
Big boot knocks Johnson all the way to the floor.
And he crashed on the concrete to follow up. And this feature presentation may be wrapping up very quickly.
What'd you expect? It's not working. That's what you're gonna look like.
And perhaps PB using that opportunity to let the champion know what may be in his future.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself. You've got to gain the victory here tonight.
Fighting champion.
I believe this is all the game plan of Matt Connard, trying to play as many mind games as possible. Because one of these men will challenge him for that championship.
Sure, without a doubt. And as a matter of fact, he may be trying to pick his opponent if you get right down to it. I mean, let's face it. If you had a choice, which one of these guys would you rather face?
Quite frankly, I wouldn't like my particular chances in a matchup with either one of these guys, but I see your point.
Right now, all the focus of the champion seems to be on PB Smooth.
Johnson gets PB back in the ring where he can win the matchup. Johnson perched up top here. We know he's an athlete. He may have caught PB in the chin right on the button, and the complexion of this matchup changing right before our eyes here.
Yeah, I know we talk a lot about the size and massive strength advantage that PB Smooth has, but hey, we're all 6 inches on our back, man. You get him down, you can get to him.
And the positioning of Johnson shows you how polished he is. Raining down those strikes to get the utmost effectiveness of every shot.
Now it's my turn to be big, huh?
You can't hesitate like that, Paul. It's going to come back to bite him.
Especially against an athlete the caliber of PB Smooth.
Championship contention is nothing new for PB Smooth. He is a multiple-time champion in Absolute Intense Wrestling in Cleveland.
Oh, and it's also nothing new to Tony Johnson either. He's held several titles all over the tri-state area.
However, when it comes to RYSE Pro Wrestling and the Pittsburgh landscape, if you want to make the biggest impression possible, if you want to really put your name on the map, doing it in RYSE Pro Wrestling, where championship matches are known for such a high caliber, is the place to do it.
Oh, without a doubt, this is the place to be if you want to be a polished champion.
In the 24-month history of the RYSE Grand Championship, 3 men have held that title. Lee Moriarty, Derek Direction, and the current champion, Matt Connard. Among his 2 reigns, as I said earlier, Matt Connard has held that title for 16 months, 2/3 of its existence. Quite frankly, with all due respect to Moriarty and Derek Direction, you could say that Matt Connard has defined the Grand Championship throughout RYSE history.
Oh, you have to say that. I mean, come on. We might not like his attitude right now. We might not like the way he climbed into that championship, especially for the second time. But he is, without a doubt, a top caliber athlete, or he wouldn't be the RYSE Grand Champion.
And that really shows you the amount of competition that it takes to even get a shot at a champion the caliber of Matt Connard.
Yeah, without a doubt. They're big insecurity by Tony Johnson there.
Too early, PB was able to escape.
Johnson now attempting to neutralize that size and strength advantage by keeping PB Smooth down on the mat.
Yeah, using the technique to try to even things up as he's dropping elbows down on the collarbone. And Paul, I'm going to ask you, the winner of this matchup that will advance to challenge Connard, will they have more momentum or more pressure on themselves going into that matchup?
At this point, I'd have to say pressure because, like we stated before, the only man to dish out a loss to both of these individuals in RYSE Wrestling in this near future or distant past has been Matt Connard. So once you get to that match, now you've got to prove you can beat Connard because obviously on your first attempt, both men came up short.
And Johnson is really measuring, really picking his spots. because he needs to get the most out of every strike, out of every shot that he can. Because when you're in there with someone like PB Smooth, you can't waste anything.
Right, the game plan here obviously is to, like I said before, to neutralize that size and strength advantage, keep PB Smooth on the mat, wear him down, and then gain the victory.
By the nature of the type of athlete that PB Smooth is, for Johnson to be successful, it's going to have to be a meticulous process. Like compressing the rib cage here. But PB, again, using his natural gifts, that height, to extricate himself.
Yeah, I almost think it was really a mistake for Johnson to pick him up and get him back on his feet. He should have kept him down on the mat.
Crucifix by Johnson. Can he complete it?
PB Smooth posting right now.
What a transition from Johnson.
He's got him in a sleeper. Referee's got to check in here, though. Watch this doesn't slip into a choke.
Johnson, he's giving it everything he's got, trying to get the body lock secured. And Johnson continuing to latch on.
Yeah, he's holding on for dear life here now. Again, I think it was a mistake to get PB Smooth back on his feet. Tony Johnson should have kept him on the mat, kept applying pressure. He's giving Smooth the opportunity to get back into this matchup.
And PB shrugs off Johnson, but you can see the offensive assault of the Iceman is garnering results for sure. Oh, man, he got stomped. He tried to go through his sternum on that one.
Yeah. And I mean, we've got to give kudos to both of these men. This was a long, hard road to this Rise of a Contender tournament, lasting over several months. These guys had to go through some of the top competition in Rise, as well as keep their regular schedules up.
Oh, God.
That was just pure malice.
And here you're seeing where the height advantage for PB Smooth really shows itself, because Johnson has to reach up, which is less leverage. PB Smooth gets to throw down, which is more leverage.
Yeah, Johnson now
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
firing that chop in there.
This really is a physical chess match, a chess match that's going to play out. It's all strategic.
Oh, it has to be. Like I said, both these guys doing everything they can to get to
What
this
a
spot.
kick!
Wow, amazing.
He got the height to catch PB Smooth in the temple, I believe.
I mean, Tony Johnson is not a short man by any means, but to be able to get that kick up there.
PB, full Nelson.
Yeah, he's got it locked in now.
Plants the Iceman down.
He's got him here.
PB.
Oh, my. Give Johnson all the credit in the world for kicking out after that big, big leg drop.
And PB Smooth psyching himself up. And just think of this tournament, Paul. It took all of this just for a shot at that championship.
Yeah, these guys have more than earned that. Whoever wins
What
this.
power! Sit out power bomb.
This
Johnson
has to be it.
ricochets. I'm not one to doubt Tony Johnson. I've sung his praises time and time again, but I thought that one was over.
I can't believe he kicked out of that. And as I was trying to say before that went down, whoever wins this shot definitely has earned it. But I tell you what, even the guy who didn't win it, he has nothing to be ashamed of.
Or the garbage man. Get up. Call the garbage man.
PB could be calling for the end, but I don't know if it's wise to call out that maneuver.
Well, Johnson, he's still
We'll
he's
see
still
how
shaking.
aware he is.
Time to take out the trash.
In many ways, we can call Johnson a young ring general. Could be it here.
Wow, Johnson.
What agility.
Wow, amazing.
Poetry in motion. And you can see that PB Smooth was as surprised as the rest of us.
It gave Johnson the opportunity to do that, to hit that leg takedown and bounce PB Smooth's head off that turnbuckle.
Johnson really relying on that agility to wiggle his way out of some of these predicaments.
And now PB Smooth is a little shaky on his feet.
Johnson seeing stars. George avoids the conk.
Oh, not the second time. He avoided the first contact with PB Smooth, but not with Tony Johnson.
George Ross is hurt. I know
Johnson's beside himself. He knows that right now that's not the way to win this match. If the referee can't make a count, he can't win.
And we got screens backstage. I think we need help for George.
I don't even know if we have another ref in the building. We've seen him out here alone all night.
Knockout shot.
This could be it, but there's no referee to make the count.
And PB Smooth may have been able to claim that shot had George Ross been conscious.
And like I said, we've seen George out here all night. I don't even know if we have another referee in the back. Johnson wisely rolling out of the ring, but PB going right out after him. And well, wait a minute.
Are you kidding me?
Everhart and Connor just mugging him. They're just mugging PB out here.
We knew it was a matter of time. And these ingrates, these lowlifes are trying to ruin the Rise of the Contender tournament.
And there's nothing that
and
can
they're
be done about
assaulting
it.
Johnson as well. I believe Connor's so paranoid, so obsessed with that championship, he doesn't want anybody to challenge him.
He doesn't care.
He never wants that title in jeopardy. What an egotistical. And what do we do now?
I don't know. Is Brandon on a monitor back there? Is somebody on a monitor back there? Well, there you go. See ya, Mr. Everhart.
PB's got Connor.
And down with the champ as well.
And Connor just splatted on the concrete. And somehow, through all this chaos, we still have a matchup going on.
And we still have an unconscious referee.
There's no low that those guys won't sink to.
No.
Johnson measuring PB.
Caught him
the
again.
kick.
Johnson trying to get the referee awake here. Trying to get George to recover.
We need help for George.
He may be severely injured at this point.
Cover here. That's two. No.
Oh.
Shoulder.
Wait a minute. What?
Wait, I don't. Oh, I thought for sure that shoulder came up.
I'm thinking it did.
The winner of this match as a result of a pinfall.
Paul, I thought for sure.
It didn't look like it came down for the third. But apparently.
And new.
Wait a minute. George is holding up two fingers.
Well, George is.
I think he's trying to see if
He's on Dream Street.
Is he giving himself a concussion test? I don't know.
No, maybe George is trying to let our crew know that it was two.
I've just been informed that the match will continue.
That was two.
It was two.
And credit to George. I mean, the guy's
I know I was drinking earlier, but I didn't think I was that bad.
George is trying to get it right here, get the call right. PB sidesteps Johnson. Who is going to go to the 3rd anniversary show?
Look out. PB Smooth got him hooked up here. Johnson slides through.
Roll him. Shoulders down.
Kick out again at two. Johnson set him up for that kick. He got it.
Right on the chin, right on the butt.
Yeah, he got all of it that time. Well, maybe he didn't get all of it.
PB Smooth may not be denied.
Johnson now going to the top.
Johnson knows he has to take a risk.
One more time.
Unbelievable impact. Could that be enough? Could Johnson go to the anniversary?
He got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match as a result of a pinfall and new #1 contender for the RYSE Grand Championship, the Iceman, Tony